Hi people, welcome to my channel. This is my first Day of Infamy tutorial, and in this video we're gonna look at the damage model of the weapons. As you might have known, that there hasn't been any information on the internet, either from the devs or the community, about how much damage each weapon does. And for time reason, we're gonna focus on pistols only in this video. So in order to find out the damage model, you need to literally be the admin of a server, and to do that you can actually use the practice mode. So you're essentially running your own server on your own machine, playing with bots. So the first thing you want to do to get started when you are in the session is to enable cheats. This will allow you to basically enter a lot of all kinds of commands that you might need. So the second thing after that is God mode, so you won't die from anything, which is convenient. And after that, because we're gonna be testing with pistols, and to make our life easier, we're gonna let the weapons stay as long as possible, so they won't disappear after a few seconds. And then the most essential command, which allows you to observe the numbers of the damage your weapons do, is to enable the display of damage. Now, the bots are running everywhere, so we're gonna let them chill a little bit. As you see, the bots are all frozen, so we can do our study here. I've also binded a key for no clip, so I can fly, which makes things a little bit faster. Alright, so now we're in now we're in the front line here. We're gonna just spawn in all the weapons we need. For that, you can use this command, give weapon. Type all the weapons you want, one by one, and you're gonna have them dropped right in front of you. So let's go from Browning HP. So after that, we're gonna get the Webley, and then the Well Rod. That'll be everything from the Commonwealth. Next we're gonna have the Luger, P38, the C96, the PPK, as well as the 1917 from the US Army. That should be everything we need. To start, let's use this little guy, because I know this weapon has the lowest damage model. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is shoot at the bots, either friendly or the enemies, and the system will tell us exactly how much damage they're receiving. Although your friendly bots won't die from the same amount of shots if you were to shoot at the enemy. So that leaves us more room to test with more shots on friendly bots. And we're gonna shoot at different parts of the body, because your character has different hitboxes. The head, the chest, the stomach, the two legs, they have a little bit of difference in terms of how much damage you receive, and left and right arm. Alright, and we're gonna use the chest as the base reference. Obviously the head has the most amount of damage multiplier, and then the chest is like the center mass, where you are most likely to aim for. So let's get started. Alright, so the Browning HP, let's see what damage it does to the chest. That'll be 42. And then the stomach is 31. leg 25, 22, and 56, 54. That's pretty bad. Now let's move on to something else with the similar caliber. That'll be the Luger. So in theory they should have the same round chambered in the gun, which is 9mm parabellum, but as you can see they have a different damage model. To the chest, the Luger does almost twice as much as the Browning HP. That's 72. Sorry, man. Alright, let's take this German guy. So the chest is 72 and the stomach is 54. The leg is 42, which is twice as much as Browning HP. And the arm damage is almost a one-shot kill. In case you're curious about the head damage, well, there's no question that it's quite devastating. 240, you're definitely killing this guy with one shot, but accuracy is another question to ask. Alright, so that'll be the Luger. I won't test the P38 because they have the same damage model. And let's move on to the PPK, which should either have the 9mm in the chamber, or there is another variant of the gun that's probably more common, which is the 7.62 or something like that. It's a special pistol round. So let's see what damage it does. This part is glitched. So to the chest, you have the 43. To the stomach, you have 32, which by the way is in between the Browning HP and the Luger. But when you shoot at the arm, you are gonna be able to do way more damage for some reason, and that's obviously a one-shot kill. To the legs are nothing special, 50. Alright, so moving on to the C96. So in real life, it's possible that depending on the variant of the gun, these two guns should share the same caliber, but they don't share the same damage values in game. As you see, to the arms, it's quite powerful, and to the stomach, you get 54. You try to get a chest shot. Chest is 72. So it's higher than the PPK, and wait a minute, it's actually the same damage model as the Luger. That's pretty strange. So let's give it like that. Now let's move on to the well rod. So the well rod in real life has a pretty special round. It's somewhat a small round, but it's supposed to maybe penetrate a little bit better. Let's see about that. Alright, so as you see, it does 90 damage to the chest, which is the highest so far from what we've tested. Now to the to the arm, you get 121. That's one shot kill potential. Shame. Alright, to the leg, 43 or 48. So that's nothing special. What else do we have? That's the well rod. You might be a little bit surprised now that the well rod has pretty much the highest damage among the pistols we've tested so far. Now what's next? We're gonna move on to the 45 ACP, which would be the M1917 or the 1911. So what these guns would do, first thing I need to say is that the M1911 and M1917, they do the same damage because I've tested it before. So we're just gonna move on to the field test. That's not the chest, dude. Anyway, another victim here. Come on, what the hell? Okay, so you see the damage for the 45 ACP caliber pistols do 91 damage to the chest. That's almost the same, a little bit higher, 1 point higher than the well rod. And to the arm you get 136, so that's where it gets a little bit more powerful than the well rod. 140. And I can assure you to the leg is nothing special again. Let's find another victim here. Here, there we go. To the leg, it's 56, a little bit higher than the other ones, but still not very effective. Now, the last thing you want to see is Webley. And there's a reason I leave it for the last place. You're gonna immediately find out the chest damage is the highest among all pistols. 126, which is one-shot potential at close range, maybe even if from here. In case you don't know before, the damage drops off as you increase the distance between you and the target. So let's try to get a chest shot. So the chest shot is now 113, little bit of decrease, but still one shot kill. And what about the arm? That's 113. So what this means is with the Webley you are very likely to have a one-shot kill. And sometimes you might ask why it doesn't happen in practice. That's because of the accuracy. And especially with the Webley you have a very strange hip firing accuracy. Well, hip firing inaccuracy would be more accurate to describe that, because let's say if we point at this guy at this range, this is supposed to hit somewhere in the chest, but it ain't. It just goes up to the trees. Alright, that would be all the weapons. For the future videos we'll go through other weapon classes, and after that I might also do a video series for the weapon accuracy with some other commands.
These assholes think they can break our line.
Alright, I hope this has been useful, and see you in game.